T-Series is the biggest channel to ever exist. In 5 years, nearly 1 billion subscribers. No one can stop them. But there's a threat. And this time, it's not from the West. It's an internal threat. Hi, my name is Ryan. I make videos about social media, and there have been huge misconceptions from people over here in the West about the rise of Indian channels like T-Series. These dislikes, they don't lie. For those of you coming back from a failed social media cleanse, I'll catch you up. Over the past several months, it seems like the whole world has been wrapped up in an epic staring contest, watching the social blade numbers between an Indian media company, T-Series, and a certain Swedish meatball, Pewdiepie, battling it out. But it's over. He's been eaten by T-Series. However, while everyone's been watching, slowly being driven blind, they've been oblivious to another contestant. One that's rising fast. And it's another... Wait, what's that sound? Oh no. No. No more dancing, T-Series. A lot of us Westerners, including myself, got this T-Series versus Pewdiepie thing completely wrong. There's so much more to this story. But before we get into that, I need to send it over to my friend Eric, who's going to be talking about why us Westerners haven't heard of any of these huge channels from India.
Oh, sorry. Google doesn't actively hide content from you, but they do make it really difficult to find. But there's another story that I need to talk about first, and that is the rise of the internet in India and why that has been so important, and it coincides with the rise of individual creators in India. A couple comments ago, we made a statement where we said, and people interpreted it as there wasn't any internet in India in 2010, but that's not actually right. We're sorry, and I'm here to set the record straight. I did some research and I found that there was 3 sources that talked about the size of the penetration of the internet in India in 2010. Google said it was 7.5%, Statista said it was 10%, Internet World Stats says it was 8.5%. So back in 2010, there weren't a ton of people online, but that has changed dramatically. Today, according to the Economic Times, there are 400 to 500 million people on the internet in India. That's about 37% of the entire population. That is a massive increase from 2010. Out of the total population, that still leaves about 700 million that are not online yet, and those are mostly in rural areas. But this massive, exciting growth has led to opportunities for individual creators in India. But here's the question, is Google actively hiding videos from you? Well, no, they're probably not, because you found this video probably because YouTube somehow recommended it to you. YouTube has an artificial intelligence engine, I'm gonna call it the AI, and its goal is to keep you watching and keep you on the platform and to keep your eyeballs on your phone. It predicts what you want to watch based on what you've already watched. I'm going to quote directly from YouTube, and here's exactly what they say. They say the algorithm follows the audience. YouTube tries to match each viewer to the viewers they are most likely to watch and enjoy. Our goal is to get people to watch more videos so they can come back to YouTube regularly. That means you and me. YouTube has this feature called suggested videos. And what it does is it shows you videos based on a couple of factors. What you've already watched, what you haven't watched, how long you've spent watching something, and the likes and dislikes you've given on individual videos. It's keeping you in a self-reinforcing bubble. It's a bit like Plato's allegory of the cave. If you're familiar with that, let's say you've been living in a cave all your life and all you can see is the light and shadows of the real world outside, but you don't know what the real world is because all you can do is stare at the shadows in the cave. YouTube is a bit like that. It's kind of keeping you in your own cave, your own bubble, and it's only showing you what it thinks that you want to see. So it makes it very difficult to discover content that you haven't seen before. If you're watching this from India, you've probably had a lot of Indian channels suggested to you because you've already watched Indian channels, and it's going to suggest things that are very similar to that. As a Westerner, I don't get that stuff recommended to me because I haven't really watched it before. So in the West, we don't see channels like Technical Guruju, Carrie Minati, or AIB. And Ryan is going to talk about the biggest threat to T-Series on YouTube.
Well, it's not just one channel that's killing it on Social Blade. There is a boom of some amazing creators from India that to our Western eyes have been completely sidelined, underappreciated, and frankly, ignored. Looking through my comment section, there's this huge cry for me to talk about somebody called Pewdiepie Vines. Gosh, I hope I said that right. Someone I really do want to cover in the future, however, not speaking Hindi myself, I will need some time to do the proper research so that I don't make it whoopsie poopy head of myself. Though also in the comments, you mentioned someone by the name AIB as someone that we should take a look at. So, all right, let's throw it up. Man, I gotta stop dancing. AIB is a channel with a measly, 3 million subscribers. So I'm sorry AIB, if you want to catch T-Series, you're gonna need to kick it up a notch because every second I sit here, they gain 9,000 subscribers. While they may not catch T-Series anytime soon, they stand as another example of some amazing creator growth going on in India right now. So what makes them so attractive to an audience? One word. Comedy. Founded by Jusreign T, Tanmay Bhatt, and later Rohan Joshi. I promise I'm doing my best to pronounce these names. Ignorance. Started AIB back in 2012, and now it's one of the most viewed Indian-based channels in the world, who brilliantly use comedy sketches and parodies to discuss topics like politics, Indian culture, society, and of course Indian cinema. For example, one of their most popular videos, Alia Bhatt Genius of the Year, which is a 10-minute interview parody, making fun of an interview that Alia, who is a famous Bollywood actress, did on another show, Coffee and Quran. 21 million views? Not too shabby. In fact, could you send me some of those? But AIB isn't a random guy or girl sitting in their apartment bedroom making silly skits. They're a production house leveraging the power of social media. The best way I can describe it is it's kind of an Indian version of America's Saturday Night Live. Or wait, is Saturday Night Live an American version of AIB? You know, when I used to make comedy skits, I wonder if they'd let me in.
Brownie, long time no see.
It's not Brownie anymore, John. It's Harry. Harry Buttafuoco.
Harry Buttafuoco.
Oh, that was bad? Everyone's a critic. From their first video, Poop Indians Say at the Cinema, to comedy skits like Arranged Move-In, they use comedy to tackle both silly gags and serious subjects. For example, AIB has been highly critical of violations to net neutrality. Back in 2015, the group made 3 videos, all of which went viral, urging people to write the Telecom Regulatory Authority in India to keep India's internet neutral to content and content creators. We actually had a similar battle not too long ago ourselves. Or in 2016, they uploaded a video called The Demonetization Circus, based on the Modi government's decision to demonetize banknotes. The video exposed wrongdoings to the common public in a satirical way, comedy being a great vehicle to make a point about a serious subject. Not only that, but they've created different shows such as On Air with AIB. It featured interviews, sketches, an examination of systematic issues within the country, but was recently canceled. Why? Stick around and you'll find out. Also, they started the show AIB Knockout, which was a roast comedy show. And if you know me, you know I like a good roast. But I can't take criticism, so don't hurt me, please. That being said, AIB has not been without controversy, such as a 2015 event where AIB Knockout was accused of using overly harsh language in their roasts. Even more recently in 2018, AIB being accused of sexual harassment, resulting in 2 of AIB's members having to step down. Harassment being an issue that is being tackled all over the world and definitely needs to be stopped. Though none of this should diminish the amazing growth that channels like AIB have seen in the last few years in India. They aren't alone. There are some amazing individuals, BB Kai Vines, Kerry Minotti, 2 people I really want to talk about and are making the rest of the world look bad with their amazing sub growth. If you have any suggestions, preferably for English speaking or English subtitled creators in India, put them in the comments below. I would love to check them out and possibly do a video on them. And if you're in India and you want to help us out because I am an ignorant Westerner, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or in the comments, and I would love to have you help us do a video. Remember, I'm Ryan, and I'll see you in the next one.